Well, here we are, round three of the National Trophy, um, taking place at Clanfield, the home circuit of Solent Pirates Youth Cycling Club. And this is the start of the V50s race. And I'm gridded on the second row, which was very exciting. Never been gridded at so close to the front of a big race like this, so it was quite exciting. In fact, I was really quite nervous about this race. Normally I don't really have, during the week to think about the race or anything like that, but I don't know, something about this week, I just was really nervous and thinking, oh my goodness, how come I'm so far up the field with some real hitters behind? So yeah, it was a bit of a strange week. I just felt really nervous about this race. Maybe partly because I was on second row, partly because I was on the home course. Not that I really ride it much, just train more power efforts and things here. But yeah, it's strange, really strange. I guess it's the sort of thing that you get used to when you're racing near the front. So what was the course like? It was slippy, a bit sticky, quite difficult to know what tyres to ride. I was started on muds, started on muds. I'm behind David Morris from Gritty Racing. Next to me, I think, is Mark Wood from Gritty Racing. We're getting close to the start time. So hoping for a good start. Nice to catch up with David Haygarth, who I had fun racing with at Falkirk, and we're ready for the off. Very tense at the moment, and the music build-up is brilliant. Off we go. I got a good start. Oh, and then number 7 missed their pedal, slowed down, and it knocked my wheel just so I was going the wrong way. And suddenly my race has gone from promising to not promising at all. Deeply frustrating, but there you go, that's cross racing. And I'm now right at the back thinking, oh my god, what am I going to do? So here we go, it's absolute wall of people here, and you're just kind of scooting. And thinking, oh, look at all those people to the right, they've just got a nice clear track, and I'm stuck here. And my nemesis, Richard Lewis, is up there, and I'm not. To the left, I think probably soon, you'll see the runner on the left. That is David Haygarth, who on that corner rolled his tub. Poor fella. So he's running. He's got a long run to the pits from here. Bad luck, David. Look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks' time. Well, no doubt, I'm sure you have much better luck. But I'm just trying to carve through the field as much as I can. Look, here we go. There's Stan in front of me there. Gordon Watson from my club is up ahead. He's on the right. 27. Don't know who that is. 27. Can't see who you are. It's 27. I don't know. Anyway, running up the steps. And I've caught up a few people, but I'm still pretty far back, and that's a bit of Martin Stanley. Stan's legs just in front of me from Didcot Phoenix, and I am just trying to catch up. Who's that? Well, I know that's Martin. And it was slippier than I thought. I thought I would be able to ride more, but I'm getting quite a lot of wheel spin in places. Like this whole area here, I thought, I should be okay through here, but I'd go through that and then lose traction and just having to hop which wasn't very good at all. Um, but I still persisted with it. But here was just really slippery. Look, that guy on the left is doing the same thing as me, and it wasn't a great decision. And here we go. I'm thinking I can cycle up this, but I get to here, nowhere, and 27's just run past me, and costly, really costly, as you as you switch kind of your approach, it loses you so much time. So I wasn't panicking, but I was just thinking this is not going that well. There's David Haygoff. Wow, impressive run, David, as you were impressive at Falkirk with your running. In fact, you're not that far behind me. There you go. And you're running, and I'm cycling. So I did feel this race is really not going to plan. But at the same time, I was really nervous about this race. I thought, well, there's no nerves now because there's only one thing you can do, and that is charge as hard as you can. So here I am, catching number 27 up again, who, for some strange reason, I cannot find your race number. Maybe 27. Oh, Roger Chamberlain. There you go, I did find you. And I followed Roger up this hill and overtook someone there. And here we go into the first off camber in the middle field, and this is where you take the high line and then find some way to get down to the bottom without causing yourself trouble. I took a nice tight turn there, and well, it was really slippery, but you can see all the mud collection on my tyre, but I got through that, overtook number 27, sorry, I already forgot your name in a split second. Roger Chamberlain. And then I'm scooting here, and oh, sorry, I crashed right into your backside, then fell over. Yeah, not the greatest cross skills. Sorry about the crashing into the back of you, but it didn't seem to do any harm. And then I fell off and running up the hill, and here I decided, I think I made a good decision to run, and I need to practice this a bit more because my seat was banging on the back of my helmet. I mean, it didn't hurt, but yeah, I guess it's not something I've practiced that much, or normally it's for quite a short run rather than a long run, and it was running this whole way. It was really, at this time of day, it was the only way to get through it, and yeah, I need to find a way to do that. So I think I overtook a personal 2 there, back on the bike okay, and I'm into the last field where hopefully I can start to catch people up a bit, but again, all these corners really slippery than I thought they would be, and I'm on tubular muds, so really good grip, decent low pressures, but yeah, it was very slippery, and maybe still had good tread, but I was thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pit just for clean tyres. I had intermediates on my other bike. All through the day the conditions were changing, so you're just kind of not sure what are the right tyres to be on. I mean, I was there all day on Sunday, and in the elites it dried up all day, and they were running Griffos, and they were absolutely fine. It was the right tyre. There's Gordon Watson, number 30 ahead of me, 43, I don't know, who can I find, 43 is Luke Walsh from Kendall Cycle Club. So here I think I just really go for a bit of power to get past a few people. So just managed to squeeze past Gordon, number 40, Dean Camia from CX Cartel, got past him. Number 20 is Neil Mantle from Gritty. Well, there's a lot of Gritty riders. And I don't know if I squeezed past. Duncan, I get a new wheel. I'm feeling pretty good, to be honest, and the nerves are all gone. I'm just thinking about trying to move up. And I got a good run through there, got past Neil, and I'm behind then Duncan, who I know very well, Duncan Edwards from Bracefield. And up here onto this line, there was a line that was slippery, but you could stay on there, just have to be a bit careful. And I'm behind Duncan, thinking, right, come on, let's move up. That bit was, I really kind of messed up that bit. And then I'm on the outside of Duncan, I thought, right, just let it go, get some speed, catch up. Down this nice straight, and onto this fast corner. I was really careful here because I could just feel it was so slippery. You really didn't want to have any sharp turns here at all. Just really keep it careful. And poor old Jack Morgan in the juniors crashed and hit one of those posts in the junior race. It was so slippery. I spoke to Sam Genesini after as well. He said it was so slippery there, and doing drifting down there. So there you go. You can tell it was slippery. There you go. Down I get. Is that the third mishap so far? Duncan goes by. I think I'm running there, and I'll remount. So yeah, more time lost. It's kind of good, it's kind of bad in that obviously it's much better to get a better start, much better to stay upright, but quite good in that I am, still going at decent speed. I think my fitness on the bike is fairly good still. Which I kind of worry about. You kind of worry about your fitness thing. Am I getting fitter during the season, or am I starting to lose fitness? Because you never can trust any of the data, can you, really, from Strava? I think Garmin's a bit more believable, but those things are not good to look at. But you can't help because that data's there when you upload it. So you're going to worry about, is my fitness getting better? And you try and second guess, where you are. How do your legs feel, which is pretty much impossible. How do you kind of work out that, and then you have results from races, and it's like 1 week you're really good, next week you're not. It is a bit of a minefield, really, isn't it? I'm not sure what the right answer is about it, because I guess you can't really base it on what other people do, and then a race is full of what other people do, isn't it? So it's very difficult, isn't it, to kind of know where you are. But one thing that is good is just to feel strong through the whole race. Feel you can go past quite a few people, and that's kind of how I felt for some of this race. But it was such a physical race. That's such a slippery corner, yeah. But it was so punishing because you were, certainly I was pushing it, and then there was a lot of running. I think I did an uphill remount here. I did do an uphill remount, which I'm quite proud of because I've only just really learned how to do that. But I didn't catch up with Duncan at all. But maybe Duncan got more tired. But I'm trying to go an inside line. That wasn't a good idea. And slide across that side. Sex in these conditions, really, it's about, you just need to make really good decisions, don't you? And given this was like, look at that, Duncan's running that, and I think, I should stay on my bike, that's much better. But look, he's pulling ahead of me, and now I'm just dabbing my foot, and I've lost loads of time, nearly slipped out there. I'm running there, and look, I'm off. I'm off and now running. Number 40's gone past me again, and I'm thinking, oh gosh, that was a Dean Camia. That was a bit of a waste, and Duncan's miles ahead. So those decisions are all important. I'm going to really try and learn from that. Duncan, mate, you made some good decisions, mate, and not you dropped me. So. And the thing is, you want those decisions. You want to be making them as in the race, which is kind of harder. 101. I think that's Dave McGrath. Sorry if I got the name wrong, but I think you're John McGrath, who is the V60 leader, I think, and the current world champion. Look at those bands. I was next to Aaron Falkirk, and he passed me on the last lap or second to last lap. Obviously an extremely competent cyclist. I'm powering up here, following John's wheel. John, yeah. And but all this effort is costing me, you know. I mean, it's costing everyone, but you know, when you see somebody ahead which you think you can pass, and then you drop back, you want to catch up, so you push a bit harder. And I did notice, oh, here we go, I managed to get some space here. Oh, whoa, there goes Duncan. There you go, I passed you there when you crashed. I managed to stay upright. Lots of mud on the tyre, you can see it just flicking up. I'm sure you'd be pleased, Duncan, I caught it on camera. You're welcome, you don't need to thank me. Beautiful day. Well, very changeable day. Beautiful during our race. Lovely. And up here again. I think I had 2 studs in each shoe, and I think they did help on the uphill climb. And I was just running. There weren't many people coasting. I'm just running all the way, and I think that was definitely the best option for me, because technically trying to stay upright on this is so difficult. Plus the effort and time to remount. That's Paul Hendy, who I race in Wessex, going past Paul. The running was punishing, absolutely punishing. And I had no idea where I was in this race. I just thought, well, I was at the back. I doubt I've made much progress. I mean, I know I made some progress, but I didn't think I'd made much at all. And I wasn't really, you know, I thought that people like Richard and Darren were gone. I know, well, everyone passed me, but Gary Barlow, who is who's won most of the races in the Wessex League in V50s, I thought, well, I won't see them again because I've made quite a few mistakes, and I started at the back effectively. So I'm just trying to go do as well as I can, trying to make few mistakes, and you know, I am enjoying myself. But people have asked me, what was that race like? How did your race go? And it was, this was a bit of a nightmare. I'll talk about that later. But it was one of those races which are quite a visceral experience, in that it was just so action-packed, full of like high emotion, you know, messing up the start, trying to fight through, making the wrong mistakes. It was like, you know, they say when you train and you race, you know, your mind switches off except for what the racing or the training. And this was quite extreme in that example, in that it was just constantly, there was just stuff happening. It was action packed. You know, you're chasing, trying to get to the next person, and excitement. I had so many people were cheering me on. The Heathcotes, Anna, Matt, Jamie, your cheering was very welcome, and thanks for the pictures. That was great. So many people cheering. I couldn't look up because I was just trying to stay on my bike, which was hard enough. But it was very welcome and drove me on. One of these corners, I nearly lost it here. Oh, that one looked fine. Um, but it was bumpy in places, and you just need to. You've just got to be so careful on the cross bike that you're able to absorb things that are unexpected. And there was a load of things that almost caught me out. Here there was a hidden rut in there. If you got stuck in there, it was actually quite hard to get out. And look, I did almost go with the netting. That wasn't the best, was it? Paul Hendy behind me, and someone in front. Let's see. But here, I think I'm starting to learn that. Right, just be a bit careful going around these. Look for a bit of green. Take a line that isn't just in the mud all the time. And I know sometimes you feel, I think I made half a second on that. Sometimes you think, I lost a second on that. So that was better. At least I didn't fall over. Ahead of me, I recognise those spots from Keith Sheridan of Magspeed, who races Wessex League and hopping over the logs. Apparently my technique isn't very good, according to a certain Jacob, but that's good for me, Jacob. So there you go. I was quite happy with that because it was safe and it got me over there. And Keith has a bit of a moment up there, and I'm on Keith's wheel. I think I said in my last video that Keith raced the World Gravel Champs, and that was a pretty mental race. He's a non-stop racer, is Keith. He just loves racing and travelling to races. He's there. He's definitely a committed racer. Having fun on his cross bike, why not? Got to his wheel, and he's riding that nicely, better than I am, because he's pulling away from me. Even the rollers you can totally mess up. You've got to be so careful about what you do. But here we go, bit of a straight, so good opportunity to try and put a bit of power down. There's a gap on the left, so right, Keith, and go past him, and straight up here, and looking for the next rider. Who it is? Oh, it's Matt George, who I race always in Wessex. He's a really, really solid rider, and when I saw Matt, I thought, wow, I can't believe I caught up to Matt, because Matt's both skillful and strong, and I'm always, when my race goes well, I'm up with Matt. So given my race hasn't gone well, I'm thinking, whoa, this is all right. I must be doing not too bad. Now, watching Matt, I learned a lot actually, because where he went was a real lesson for me. It really was, because look at that. He's got off his bike there, and I'm riding, and I'm thinking, Matt's running, and he's running all that way, still running. Do you know what? I think I am running as well. That's the reason I'm still with him, because I just copied him, and I thought, well, Matt's running. He's running for a good reason. And my last 2 laps, when I reflected on it, if you could call that during a race, I lost loads of time there, and Matt absolutely stormed that. And the only reason I'm behind his wheel is because I did exactly the same as him. Right, we're going to miss some of this race now, because I went into the pits soon, so we'll see what happens. It could be here, I'm not sure. We'll see, but I'll cut out the next bit if that's the case. But let's see, am I going into the pits? Yes. Okay.
Well done, Iveza. Keep it going.
And there we go. Right, Matt George just went by, so I'm back. I've had a jet wash, got a bit of water on the lens, and I'm back on. Maybe I'll stay on this bike for the rest, I'm not sure. So Matt George was ahead of me, and no matter what I did, I just couldn't seem to get any closer to him. So, yeah. Who am I behind now? I can't see the numbers at the moment. There can't be too much of the race left. Maybe a lap and a half, I'm guessing. We'll see. I think I did 5 laps, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, 4 laps on the out lap. Oh, here we go. That's a nice line. I went for the direct line. That was a good line there. Managed to keep it up. I think in front of me is Jason Buckchap, who I spoke to afterwards. I didn't realise that was you in the race. And ahead of Jason, well, up and I'll see it in a minute. Up this hill, longer than the wall in Falkirk, but Falkirk's got two, so I think that possibly trumps it. But a good climb, and I'm running again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is not the last lap, because yeah, it was such a slog. I mean, I'm okay at running, but you know, putting your legs through this when it's racing on the limit is just absolutely punishing. I've got to be able to do both under pressure. So yeah, that's Justin Buckchart in front of me, having a good race. He races in Wessex League. I don't think he said to me he hasn't been around for a while. He's raced in September and not in October. So good to come back to the first muddy race, and he's having a good race. I'm behind him. And yeah, as I said, Matt George, I just can't get close to him. He's having a good race. And throughout this race, my heart rate it went higher and higher. I think there wasn't much aerobic or muscular capacity left after this. Yeah, it took quite a lot out of me, which is great. And the conditions are changing all the time. And I think it looks like it's raining now. So, look, and this is, I've completely mucked that up. And I've lost some time. So I've got to try and get back up to Justin. So it started raining, and obviously, it doesn't take a lot of rain for the conditions to really change and to get even more slippier. And I was quite happy I was on my mud tyres. Managed to get back up to Justin. And over we go. There was a rut there, but you didn't need to ride it. There's a rainbow in the distance, lovely. Right up to his wheel. The rain's coming down, and I think I've got. If I didn't have a grin on my face, there's one inside, because I'm thinking this is great. Changing conditions, rainbow in front of you, racing hard. Body's complaining, and you know, whoa, that was some move there. He hopped over. I thought, wow. I thought it was gonna crash. Where it's happened, he's done that really well because look, he's miles ahead. I just saw Dave McGrath go by. And, you know, respect. He's put a massive gap on me from when he passed me before. Here, I just so careful. It's just not worth it. You got to brake early because you couldn't brake hard on that. You'd have got into all sorts of trouble. So I think there's like 1.5 laps to go, and how was I feeling? I was feeling really tired. I mean, my muscles felt good, but my calves were really killing. My heart rate was high, but I didn't feel I was going to go any slower. I didn't feel I was going to have to back off at all. So that was good. I think that's Matt George, 3 people ahead of me. So, you know, it's good to be. I mean, I was in and amongst it for the whole race. I was constantly racing, which is really what you want. I mean, it's quite lonely. You know, you never want to have a lonely race. I feel a bit sorry for some of the girls. Oh, this is not. I overtake Justin by going taking that route and then dropping down. I did check to see I wasn't going to land on him, but I did make a little effort there. That was a nice little overtake. Over here. Honestly, I really need to find a way to be more comfortable going over those sort of features. It always feels like I'm a little bit out of control. And I was watching Thomas Mean race later on, and it looks like the bike and him are the same thing. It just goes where he wants it to go at speed. Whereas I feel like a rider of a horse that is not under the control of the rider sometimes. But that's cost, and that's all skill development. So that's why I love it so much, because there's so much to learn. I was talking to Darren Wheeler, who had a good race and finished high as well. I'm not sure where he finished, maybe like 15th or something. So really good. Oh, that's the gritty rider. I think that is Mark Wood. Oh, and that was. God, that was. Is that Matt George? Can't be, because I didn't beat Matt George, unless you're going to come past me. Oh, I'm confused. But anyway, I overtook 2 people, so I thought, right, come on, let's have a push here and get past people, because this is the last lap. That I did overtake Matt George. That's Matt George roamed past me. But that little effort killed me. So really good battle with Matt. That's the first time I'd managed to catch him. Yeah, it's at this point my calves were cramping. There's Matt in front of me. He gets on, and I was thinking, right, I've got a chance here, and I've gone past the guy from Gritty. I'll find his name in a second, because we had a great race. Mark Wood, it was Mark Wood. Let's say Matt George had a really good run, and I just can't quite get to him. And it's so slippery, you know, and banging your pedals into your ankles and into the post. And my calves, that was the thing, like, they were starting to cramp, and I just couldn't run any faster, no matter how much I wanted to. And Matt is, you know, he's got his reserves of energy, and he's able to tap into them, and he took that corner better than I did. Yeah, he's pulled a bit away from me, which is a bit annoying, because I managed to overtake him just on that little climb when I surprised him a little bit, and he's pushing on because he wants to stay away from me. but it's the last lap, so you've got to give everything. Oh yeah, I was talking about Darren Wheeler. So Darren Wheeler he's been racing since he was 15 or something. I think quite a lot of people who are racing in V50s, they have a lot of experience, and it counts, especially when you can keep conditions like this. And Darren says he's got a trials kind of motorbike kickstart. If anyone old enough to remember kickstart, and he actually Darren did some kickstart, which is brilliant. I mean, wow, everyone loved it. And those sort of skills you get from controlling a bike, he said, are really transferable to cross. So when these sorts of conditions come along, he just knows what to do, and I don't. It's a bit of a struggle, but a fun one. So just hope to get better, really. And I crashed there. So there you go. And I thought, well, that's it. I had to remount from the dirty side, which is actually the right side to get on this side, since you're on off camber. And yeah, I'm not going to catch Matt now. And Mark Wood, he must be right on my tail. So yeah, not a good time to crash. And yeah, Matt's up there, and I'm not going to get to him now. So I'm just going to keep going, and in my head I'm thinking, oh well, thank God I've got to the end of the race in one piece after my disastrous start. And I got up here, and obviously, I said my legs were cramping. They're even worse now, and I start running, and then I actually had to I had to start walking, which was like, my mind was screaming at me, can you start running? But I just knew I couldn't, because if I started to run, I thought I could just kind of a hobbling jog, slower and slower, because if I knew I did, that would be it for me. Look, I just barely crawl up here on that 180, and off I go. So not far to go, but I am. There were moments in that last minute where I thought I might have to just stop for a while, and I don't really know why I was cramping. I normally have one of those salt kind of tablet things, Precision Performance, and that's always helped me, because I used to have suffered from cramp before, but today, even in the warm-up, I felt like cramping, and I don't know why that was. And I kind of think that I did an experiment of having a real rest. I had like 3 days of no exercise, which is unheard of, and I don't like it, frankly, because I just like to be doing something. But I thought I actually haven't had a break like that since April, so I thought I would just see what happened. I've got no conclusions. I felt fit, but did that affect my legs at all? I don't know. Anyway, I am coming up to the finish, over the hurdles. I remount badly, and what I really should have done is I should have kept running to this point, because it was so slippery. And someone shouted, "It's really slippery." I got on, and then I stalled, and Mark was right behind me, bashed into me, pushed me forward, but there was no way past me. And then I knew I had loads of power to get up here, he wouldn't know past me. But I think we crossed and went beep beep, because he must have been right on my tail. In fact, what's the time gap between us? 5 seconds. 5 seconds. And that's the end of the race. There's Richard Lewis, there's Darren Wheeler. Well done, guys. It's Gary Barlow. He didn't finish much ahead of me, really. Gary Barlow was ahead of Matt George. Richard Lewis finished 17th. Darren Wheeler finished 50th, I thought, as I saw. So very good. And now the score between me and Richard for the season is 6-2 to me. So I'm still ahead, but Richard's coming good, and maybe this is now the time that's playing into his hands, when his better skill is going to pay dividends. So I'm going to have to pull out all the stops and try and match that somehow. So we shall see. The excitement will continue. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope those who raced here had a really good time. It was certainly eventful. And yeah, see you. I will go to the, let's keep showing the I will be going to the West Midlands race. I don't know where it is, but I guess near Birmingham. And I hope to see lots of you there. Met some really nice people. Nice to catch up with David Haygarth. David, if you do watch this, and Elsie wonders who was cheering her on every time she went over the hurdles and down the off camber. That was me. So I thought, well, you know, you guys have come from up north. Nice to have someone cheering her on, and she looked like she had a good race. Hope she did. And nice to meet you. What's your name? Hold on, let me just find this. Where was it? Oh no, that's what I saw you coming back and walk.
Yeah, I felt okay. Yeah, oh mate, I was lost. I got chopped my front wheel.
Yeah, I had some really nice chats with people.
And I was lost.
Watching the races.
And there was fucking no grip, and everyone just went. And I was on the outside, and I was like, I'm just going to have to go out. Because Dave Haygarth was on the inside of it. Well, I don't want him to see me.
Yeah. He came and
No.
Well, you get a puncture.
Anyway, yeah, great weekend. So much effort went in from the Pirates to put this race on, and long live Cross.